What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary from the XMG coming at you today to talk to you about the last panda in the Noob series, Shao Lin. Shao Lin is a Kung Fu Panda knockoff with a spoon and fork in his hair. But before we get into that, if you are not part of the XMG family, please become part of that XMG family. Just click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, like the video, share them, comment, all that stuff. It really, really means more to me than you will ever imagine. And don't forget about the giveaway. 650 subscriber goal. Right now, I believe we are like 40 people away from 600. So let's just keep pushing to get that done. So let's get into Shaolin for noobs. Shaolin is an order panda fighter and a warrior. And he's got a little rice cooker on the back. I think that's funny. I just noticed that. And let's take a look at his stats and see what we're working with. Shaolin does physical damage, so that comes in at 2687. Critical chance at 21.86. Both his physical damage and his critical chance are low end, middle of the road. Health is at 20,098 and shield is at 20,853. So we are looking at over 40,000 health and shield combined to start, so that is big. Physical armor is huge at 37%, magic armor at 28%. Speed is at 134, potency is at 16%, tenacity at 18%. So what did we learn from Shao Lin? Based off his stats here, you know, he has over 40,000 health and shield combined to start, so that's pretty decent. Physical armor is fantastic at 37%. His critical chance and his physical damage are kind of on the lower side. His speed is at 134, a little bit low, but he almost already has more than Master Duo Rune, so that's a plus there. His potency is on the lower side, so hopefully he doesn't need that in his move kit. So let's take a look at his move kit and see what we can learn. First ability is called Smashing. Deals 270% of physical damage to an enemy. If the target's health is above 50%, Shao Lin recovers 10% health. So we learned pretty much on this ability that physical damage is important to his move, and then health. So health is definitely where we want to go for the secondary, which is nice because that plays into if you're running him under a Kinley lead. Second ability is called Triple Serving. Attacks the enemy 3 times. Each attack deals 140% of physical damage. So nothing real fancy about this move at all, other than the fact that it has physical damage and you're attacking someone 3 times. The third ability, the 7 Chef's Strike, attacks random enemy targets 7 times. Each deals 100% of physical damage. So again, we're just seeing a common theme of physical damage. And then his passive ability, Well-Fed Master, Shao Lin gains 15% accuracy increase and an additional 5% for each living panda in the party. Now, accuracy is something we really don't talk about much, but accuracy is your ability to land a hit, a spell. And when I first did the Noob series for Pandas, I put an accuracy in the northeastern rune instead of speed, and it was a huge mistake. So him giving himself 15% accuracy and then 5% for each living panda is where we want to keep it, so we'll just kind of leave it right there. So what did we learn from his move kit? We learned that he doesn't need potency, so that's huge because it sucks. He needs physical damage for everything. All 3 of his moves incorporate physical damage, and so that is kind of where we want to keep him. And then we learn that he can recover health on his basic. So some ways we can rune Shao Lin is you could go a speed set with a health secondary. You could go damage with a health secondary. You could go damage critical chance. You could go critical chance, critical damage. But the way I'm going to rune him is I'm going to be looking for the damage and health combination. What I'll be looking for in the secondary stats are going to be obviously survivability with health being the primary focus, speed, critical chance, and more damage. So I'm going to rune him and I will be right back. Here we are, full rune amulet. Went with the damage and health, And again, looking for health secondaries, speed, damage, critical chance. Alright, so let's get looking at him. We have the Northern Rune, damage primary, of course, with health, shield, speed, and shield. Then I went with the Speed Rune in the Northeastern, with health, critical chance, damage, and some tenacity. On the Southeastern Rune, obviously armor, but we have damage, speed, health, and critical chance. If this was a percentage of damage, that would be so much better, but this is a pretty good rune for him. Then the Southern Rune, I went critical chance. You could easily put a damage in here, but I just wanted to give him a little more critical chance because I was struggling to find good runes with secondaries that I liked that included critical chance. So I decided to make it up for it here with the primary in the Southern Rune. And then we have damage, health, damage, and armor. Then I went for the health primary because he does recover his own health. But just like I said about the last two pandas, you really doesn't matter if you put health or shield on him. Very beneficial. Obviously, you want the health because it plays into his move kit. If you're using him under a Kinley lead, health is more important, but you're really just looking for the best secondary stats. And I went with damage, health, and shield. Then in the Northeastern Rune, I went with the damage primary with damage, critical chance, tenacity, and some armor. So let's take a look at his stats and see what we did there. So we brought up Shao Lin's physical damage, 691 to 3378. Really happy with that. We brought up his critical chance, 9%, bringing it over the 30% threshold, so that is pretty good. I'm okay with that. I wish it was higher, of course, but with focusing primarily on damage, I'm definitely okay with where that sits. We brought up his health, 3,020 to 23,118. We brought up his physical armor about 1.5% to about 38.5%, and his magic armor 1.3%, bringing it up to almost 30%, sitting at 29.3%. Shield we brought up 743, bringing his shield to 21,596. So combined, we are looking at almost 45,000. So that's pretty good. I'll take that for a damage dealer. We brought up his speed 28 to 162. So that's ballpark. That's pretty much what I was shooting for. Didn't even worry about potency. And then we brought up his tenacity 4.69% to 32.69%. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with what we accomplished here. I would have liked his critical chance to be a little higher. You could go and get him more speed. If you're using the uncommon runes here, you could maybe pump out maybe 4 or 5 more speed on him. But I'm okay with where we have him. We definitely bumped his health, which is what we wanted to set out to accomplish. And then we bumped up his physical damage. So let's take a look at his scroll sync and figure out how we're going to scroll sync this guy. Now remember, all of our abilities here are at level 2. So his first ability, Smashing, deals 120% physical damage. As we go up, we get more physical damage. And then at level 5 is where we start to recover health. Second ability, Triple Serving. At level 2, we attack 3 enemies and deal 80% of physical damage. And we just gain more physical damage, honestly, as it goes up. Third ability, 7 Chef's Strike, attacks the random enemy 7 times. Each attack deals 50% physical damage, and we only gain physical damage as we go up. And then his passive ability, Well-Fed Master, Shaolin gains 5% accuracy. And then as we go up, we gain accuracy, and then at level 6, we gain it for each living panda in the party. In my mind, he's actually a pretty easy scroll sync, and I'm going to do it this way, and here's why. The more times we attack somebody, the more chances they have to dodge it. So giving himself more accuracy is nice based off a passive ability. So this is the way I would scroll sync this guy. I can honestly tell you I really haven't touched this character on my main, but I've been playing around with him on the test server, and he is not a groundbreaking character, but he's fun. He is fun to play with. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to come to his smashing ability, and we're going to take that right to level 5, where he deals 230% physical damage to an enemy, and then he starts to recover that 5% health. Then we are going to come to his triple serving. And we want to get that above the 100% physical damage mark. So we're going to take that to level 4 and stop there. Then we are going to skip his 7 chef strike here. And we are going to come to his passive. We're going to take that all the way to level 6, which increases his accuracy. And the reason I came here before doing his 7 attack is because we want that accuracy so he's landing those. So then we're going to come to his 7 chef strike. And what we are going to do here is it's at 50% physical damage. We are going to take this to level 6. Then we are going to come back to his basic, take that to level 6. And then we are going to come back to triple serving and take that to level 6. Pretty easy scroll sync. But that is the way I would do it to maximize his potential. We're upping the damage on his basic, which is what we want, where he gets the health recovery. We're getting his 3 attack to at least 100% physical damage. Then we are getting the accuracy to land more attacks for his 7 chef strike, and then we're just kind of finishing everything off. So there we are. There's Shaolin for noobs. He is a very simplistic damage-dealing character. Doesn't bring anything to the party to benefit other pandas. He is just there to kind of fill the role of a damage dealer. Now, I am not going to be able to use him in the Renara event on my main because I didn't focus on him. I wish I would have over Master Duo, simply for the fact of he does deal a little bit more damage and he's a little quicker. But he is kind of fun to play. I wouldn't invest in him heavily, but for the Renara event, if you have him at the same spot as a Master Duo, I would rather take Shao Lin and then Master Duo under a Kinley lead. That's how I would do it. But you can't go wrong either way. He's just a fun overall character. Big squishy panda. So that's what I got for everybody. That finishes up the Panda for Noobs. It's been a lot of fun making this, and I learned a lot, so hopefully everybody else did out there. So coming up next, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Renara event, some Pride stuff. I'm going to get into battle passes and some fixes, and I want to talk about certain things that's going on in the game right now. So that's kind of my pathway I'm going to take for videos at the moment. So if coming up next in the Noob series, obviously the next Noob series is going to be Renara, where we break her down and talk about her. After that, let me know what you guys would like to see. If there's anything out there that maybe I've missed or I haven't touched on that you would like me to see break down, let me know. So again, become part of the XMG family. Hitting that subscribe button, liking the videos means more to me than you will ever know, and it does help the channel out quite a bit. So thank you for all who have done that. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the watching and the support. It is really, really overwhelming. So that's what I got for everybody. Tomorrow's Friday. Woohoo! I love y'all. I'm out.